Picture the best weather you have ever had. Endless sunshine every single day. Not one cloud, not one drop of rain, ever again. For the first few weeks, it would feel like paradise, the kind of weather people usually pray for. Then you would slowly start to realize you were watching the end of the world happen in perfect sunny weather. Here's exactly what would happen if rain disappeared from Earth forever. The first month would feel like nothing at all. Lawns stay green a little longer than usual. Rivers and reservoirs are still mostly full, holding on to months, sometimes years, of stored-up water. Farmers keep watering their crops the same way they always have. Life barely changes. But underneath that calm, the water is already draining, and nothing is refilling it. By month 3, reservoirs that took decades to fill start visibly shrinking. Rivers run noticeably lower. Farmers who rely on rainfall instead of irrigation start losing entire fields because crops like wheat and corn need consistent water at exactly the wrong time to fail without it. Food prices start climbing before most people even notice why. This part is not just theory. In 2017, the city of Cape Town, home to around 4 million people, came within weeks of becoming the first major city on Earth to completely run out of water. Reservoir levels sank below 15%. Officials planned an actual date called Day Zero when they would shut off the taps to homes across the entire city and force everyone to line up for a strict rationed 50 liters of water a day, less than a third of what people were normally used to. Cape Town avoided that fate through brutal restrictions and rain finally returning. In a world with no rain left anywhere, there would be no rain left to save it. By year 1, that same story is playing out everywhere, all at once. Rivers that have flowed for thousands of years slow to a trickle, then stop completely. Lakes shrink into cracked, dry basins. Groundwater, the water stored deep underground that wells depend on, becomes the only source left, and it is being pumped out far faster than it can ever be replaced, because replacing it was rain's job in the first place. Countries that share rivers start fighting over what little is left. Water has caused tension between nations for centuries, but take away rain permanently, and that tension stops being political and starts becoming existential. Nobody negotiates calmly when the thing being fought over is the only thing keeping their population alive. By year 2 or 3, the land itself starts to change. Soil that once held moisture turns to dust. Dust turns into massive rolling storms, tearing across regions that used to be farmland. Forests that depend on regular rainfall begin dying from the roots up, turning into dry fuel for wildfires that no longer have anything left to put them out. And this is where it gets even worse, because rain was never just about drinking water. It was the thing quietly cleaning the air, cooling the ground, and feeding every single food chain on the planet from the bottom up. Remove it, and those food chains do not slow down gracefully. Insects that depend on moisture disappear first. Then the small animals that eat them. Then everything above that, all the way up the chain, until almost nothing large enough to notice is left standing. Here's the strange part, the part almost nobody thinks about. For rain to disappear completely and never come back, the entire water cycle that drives our weather would basically have to break. Water still evaporates from oceans every single day. That water still has to go somewhere. In real life, it always eventually falls back down as rain, because that is simply how physics works on a planet like ours. For rain to genuinely, permanently stop, something fundamental about this planet would have to change first, which might be the most unsettling part of all. Rain is not some fragile, easily broken thing. It survives ice ages, meteor strikes, and millions of years of a changing climate. It is one of the most stubborn, reliable processes on Earth. We just never think about it until the sky stays blue for a little too long. If this made you look at rainy days differently, wait until you see what happens if the oceans dried up completely instead. Subscribe, because that one goes even further than this.